Hi Aries, welcome to the greenhouse. My name is Sarah. I'm your growth guide for today, and we are going to be getting September 2025 messages. Please keep in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That being said, if it does resonate, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. All right, Aries, what are you working on? Show me what Aries is working on in the month of September. Healing that heart. Wow. Healing that heart and that mind. I love this. So you're coming out the Three of Swords with the Queen of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom. So I feel like you are focused on your emotional growth, but like, it's interesting. You're like purging pain from your heart and your chest, and then you're purging lack from your mind. And wow. So Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords, Knight of Wands. So you're really like determined to move on from negative thinking, lack of self-worth, releasing whatever this grief could possibly be. Maybe even, you know, if you are attracted to women here, this could be you kind of realizing that maybe these two options, like maybe you rather wait for a third than have to choose between these two. And it doesn't have to be women, right? It could just be choices, but there's something about feminine energy here that's being highlighted significantly. And it could be, you know, like expecting to get hurt whenever you're being vulnerable, or expecting people to not understand you, or expecting people to like respond as if you're not good enough, because the Five of Pentacles speaks to lack and exclusion, like you're not going to be welcomed in or like allowed into some kind of capacity, but you're cutting that out. Like you have pain here, and then with the Queen of Cups, the healer of pain. And then you have lack and loss here, 222 on the clock, but then you have it with the Queen of Swords, who, you know, cuts through the shit to make sure that you see things clearly and your worth clearly. And she's very no nonsense, the Queen of Swords. So I also love that you have this soft nurturing energy of the Queen of Cups with this serious intentional energy of the Queen of Swords. So I really, really, really like that, but I will acknowledge that you're working through some heavy stuff. And, you know, it makes sense because as an Aries, this Pisces full moon eclipse is in your 12th house. So it's the stuff that's like hidden, you know, those little secret things. I don't want to say like skeletons in the closet, but I guess that is a way that you could say it. And for you, it's like, maybe these are like little aches and pains or losses from like, it doesn't even have to be recent. It could be like a really long time ago that maybe are like coming up and you're like, where the fuck is this coming from? Like, I thought I already transcended past this. And I just want to say, like, it's because so much energy is going into Aries, like so fucking much energy. Like outer planets have gone into Aries. Neptune went into Aries this year. Saturn went into Aries, but Saturn just dipped back into Pisces. And so it's going to be the full moon eclipse right there with Saturn in your 12th house. So that's like discipline and karma as far as, and like restrictions as far as the stuff that like you don't want to look at. But I see you looking at it, and I see you looking at it lovingly and clear, and with a clear head. And so good job, because 12th house stuff is really, really hard. My Venus is in my 12th house, so you can trust me. You can trust me when I say I understand how hard 12th house stuff is. And for you, it's like deeply intuitive stuff, and you're very like logic. Not to say that you're not intuitive, but you're like, you like facts, you like logic, you like action, you like what you can see, what you can touch, what you can smell, and all this stuff you can't hold it, but you can behold it, if you know what I'm saying. And so you're doing what you can to hold these concepts and abstract ideas and blockages from the past in loving, in an intelligent love, in an intelligent love energy. And moving on from any endings quickly. Like, I feel you very quickly moving on because you're addressing the shit behind the scenes. You're pulling back the curtain. You're, you know, I almost feel like, you know, in cartoons, like when they see a big scary shadow and it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like it's gonna come and get us. And then like they open the door and it's like a kitten. I'm not trying to minimize what it is you're working through, but I'm trying to illustrate that it's not as scary as maybe it's been perceived. Like, I think once you face these things within yourself, you're gonna go, oh, okay, you know, and maybe feel a little silly. Give me more for Aries right now. Page of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Star. Baby, you are just like gorgeous right now. You're determined to glow. You're determined to stand out. You don't care if you shake anything up while you're out there glowing and standing out, because you know whatever you trigger in other people is going to be a catalyst for their own healing. So you're not even policing your own emotions or communications or actions right now, because you're like, I'm doing what I need to do to heal. I know I'm not someone that deliberately causes harm to other people. So if they want to be triggered by me, good. That's hot, Aries, I just gotta say. Like, it is. You know, as a Capricorn, I'm a walking tower all the time. Like, and if I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, me being in your life is gonna cause a significant shakeup on a soul level, like, that's not cute, you know what I mean? But you're like, it is what it is. You wanna stand over here? You're gonna feel some shit. You're gonna have to change some shit, because you're not gonna be locked in your patterning next to a Capricorn, you know what I mean? And there's something similar here with you, Aries, where you're like, I'm not responsible for your ability to emotionally or mentally regulate. I'm not responsible for how people receive me. What people think about me is none of my business. I'm gonna just go out and glow. I have to hold these cards up for you because Page of Wands, look at those wings. Out there, standing out, feeling good. Knight of Swords, bringing the thunder. Ooh, oh God, Thunderdome. I always joke. I always joke that I want to change. I'm so sorry, Aries. But it's like my last name is Brown, right? And I hate it because it's boring, and like I don't want my dad's last name, and that's a long story, but it's fine. So like in my mind, I've always kind of like really looked forward to getting married because at least I wouldn't have this last name. But then my joke, now that I'm 33 and still single, is like, maybe I should just change my last name to Thunderdome. And because like, you know, Tina Turner over here is like life. And so I can't help but you being like, just owning your inner Thunderdome-ness and knowing that like some people aren't going to be able to handle the fight and other people are going to like realize the healing in whatever that humbling is. Also, okay, that's why the song's coming, because it's, we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. So you just want to stop fighting with yourself. Like, you're like, I don't need someone to save me. I don't, you know, I don't need this, I don't need that. I just want a life of peace. And sorry. Yeah, we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. Whatever that is for you. Oh, God. Thanks, Tina. Thanks for showing up. Love you, girl. Love you, girl. Oh, it's been a good day as far as the musical help here. Okay, so 7 of Swords, King of Cups, 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords. All right, so this is talking about your past. I'm not going to harp too much on this because it's literally just like you're no longer deceiving yourself emotionally by investing in things that keep you stuck and then trying to figure out how to get unstuck in that situation. It's like, well, you just stop investing in it, point blank. Point blank, period. And I think that was like how you used to operate. I definitely don't feel that you're operating that way now because we have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. So whoever I'm talking to right now is very tuned in to their intuition and their higher self. And your higher self is leading you out of the Thunderdome. If you don't think I'm gonna blast the shit out of that song after this reading is over and annoy all of my neighbors, I got news for you. All right, give me some advice for Aries. Also, I want to say, you don't need to be the hero. 11:11 on the clock. Like, we don't need another hero, meaning other people. We don't need to know the way home. We just want life beyond the Thunderdome. So as long as you don't bring aggression and bullshit to people, you're not doing nothing wrong. You know? But don't save anybody. You know what I mean? You're not here to save anybody. I feel like it's one of those moments where it's like, I don't know how to say this. Oh God, because I'm getting so much Thunderdome stuff now, and if you know that movie, you know, like, when Mel Gibson goes to fight, like, the big scary guy or whatever, and then, like, he pulls his mask off and then sees that he's, like, retarded. So I don't know what that is for you, like, and forgive me for using the R word, but I feel, you know, like, it's almost like to say, again, like, it's a kitten, not a monster. It's, you know, a child, not a sociopath. You know, like there's something like that. And then there's also something, so like not only is the bad guy in the ring not even so bad, it's like, but then everyone else sees that the person in the ring that was supposed to fight the bad guy is actually like the ruler. You know, it's like, why are you in the Colosseum when you're supposed to be in the royal court? Why have you been in the Colosseum when you're meant to be in the royal court? And I think you see that now, that you're like, oh shit, like, I've spent a long time being a warrior, being a fighter, being the person that keeps going and going and getting it. But now I'm leveling up to being a ruler, and maybe you're struggling to put your sword down. That makes a lot of sense. I'm sorry, like the analogy, like this is a very abstract reading, and I'm kind of cracking up. Give me the likely outcome. Actually, give me advice for Aries, and then we'll get the likely outcome. The advice is the Queen of Pentacles. Give me one more. The Lovers and the Six of Wands. It's like, all right, well, if you're a masculine, I have two different things I need to say. If you're a masculine and there's a very grounded feminine energy coming into your life, to what, I mean, it's suggesting in a romantic capacity, but it could just be in any kind of partnership. They're saying don't fight it. Don't be defensive when your queen shows up, when your king shows up. Something like that. It's like, I feel like it's almost like You know how in a lot of medieval movies there'll be like a joust and it's like the winner gets to take the queen's hand and then become the king. Like there's something like that. But the trick is you win by just like not fighting. You win by just going with it. You win by I'm confused. Give me a second, Aries. You win by choosing to be a lover instead of a fighter anymore, is ultimately what it is. And so if there is someone that comes into your life that brings out the lover in you, you don't fight that off because you're so used to being the fighter. This is about becoming a lover, not a fighter. And that's not to say you're going to lose your power at all. If anything, it would grow because now you have an equal counterpart helping contribute to it. And with the Queen of Pentacles to the Lovers to the Seven of Wands, I feel like they've fought their way out of the Thunderdome as well. And then I picked up the whole deck, but the top card stayed, and it's the Ten of Cups. So there's some kind of partnership. It might take a while for it to become romantic in nature, or for some of you, it's not meant to be romantic in nature. You'll know if that's for you. Can we clarify the Lovers here? Because the Lovers used to be a choice. It's not always, that's too many. Can we get one card or two cards to clarify the Lovers, please? So it could be like you making a choice to defend your stability, but I just don't want you to defend your stability and like lose love in the process. King of Cups. Okay, oh, and you know what? Because my Aries friend said this to me yesterday, so it's appropriate, but sorry, homie, I'm going to use you as an example. But as a good example, I have a friend that, like, you know, how, when you ask yourself, like, what would Jesus do or whatever, for him is what would James Bond do? So, like, when the choice is, like, go for the girl or go for the world, like, go for the world. And, like, I have so much respect for that perspective, just in case you're watching this, I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, if you're presented with a girl that helps you, rather a woman, not a girl, a woman that helps you go for the world, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna choose, or a man, you know, depending on who it is you're attracted to, are you, or, you know, in between or neither, are you going to just choose the world because that's what you're used to choosing and you're used to it being a this or that, or are you going to acknowledge this for being a this and that, and thinking like, all right, well, if I stop going after the world in the way that I've been, that would require me to lay down my sword, that would require me to get out of warrior and into king, right? Emotional kingness. So whether this is you or someone you're calling in, ask yourself, like, if you operate in any kind of black and white ways, and if maybe a gray way might be coming in this eclipse season, and like, do you want to keep ascribing to your black and white mindset of things, or do you want help on your journey? Partnership is scary, I get it. I can feel someone like, nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Almost like the opposite of, what was it, Ducky from Land Before Time? Not yep, yep, yep. It's nope, nope, nope. All right, if you're not ready, you're not ready. I'm not here to push anybody. All I'm saying is you have an opportunity to not have to choose this or that. You can choose this and that because you've done the work. LOL, you've done the work. 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Teamwork, collaboration, victory. Just saying, you can go it alone if you want to, but it's collaboration and teamwork that gets you Because also, here's the thing, it's the Three of Pentacles. It's not showing me two of anything, it's showing me three. And it just hits me as like the two of you in spirit working together. And that's why it's not the partner or the purpose. And it's the partner that helps in the purpose, because that partner also values spirit. And I think you've been used to having to choose like a spiritual purpose or, forgive me, but like a physical partner. And like, well, what happens when you're given a spiritual partner? Oh boy. Okay, Nine of Cups. What else? Let's close out this reading. Nine of Cups to the Nine of Swords. High Priestess. Yeah. Stop feeling guilty about what you want. Quit it. Just quit it. Just fucking quit it. Seven of Swords. And the Three of Cups. You're afraid you're gonna get hurt again, and I get it, but if you could see this person's energy the way that I'm seeing this person's energy, you would know that even if things were to play out and not be like meant to be forever in this scenario, it would start and end with respect. Because you'd be coming together for a spiritual purpose. So then if spirit releases one or both of you from that purpose, you're not going to get mad at each other for that. You're going to be like, all right, well, I guess we got each other where we needed to get each other. Probably cry, probably make love one last time, and then go on your way. You know what I mean? It feels like even if it's meant for a season, it just feels good to me. I don't know. What's the likely outcome for Aries? What's the likely outcome for Aries? Honestly, it's just like getting out of your own head. It's getting out of your own head with the Five of Swords and the Page of Swords. It's getting out of your own head and going real fast. 2-2-2-2. Oh my God, this is a long reading. I'm sorry, Aries. But yeah, the Chariot, that's fast forward movement. So if you are feeling stuck in your head, like if you are struggling with the Nine of Cups to the Nine of Swords moment, if you are feeling stuck in your head, move your body, go outside, touch some grass, sweat, baby, sweat. What was it? You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Okay, yeah. So listen, that's really interesting because Capricorn and Aries had the two like very like hoochie energies coming in. So, and you do have a Queen of Pentacles on the table. So I don't know if that's a potential love interest for you or not. But I just can't help but say, whether it's romantic or not, take the help. Take the help. You're not meant to do this particular chapter completely alone. You can, but you're not meant to. So take the help, right? Eight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I'm just going to keep picking cards because I just don't want this reading to end because I just think it's so good. But yeah, so just to recap, you are healing and addressing all the things that need to be healed and addressed in order for you to make this decision, this alignment, this partnership, this shift within yourself in a way that will not bite you in the ass. And because you're coming in authentically, you're coming in fiery, you're not afraid to bring the thunder if you need to bring the thunder. And you also have healed the whole like savior complex within yourself. So I'm gonna need you to give yourself a round of applause, a big fucking hug, and go get this person, Aries. I love you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'll see you soon.